Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Rome. So, I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. First of all, we have raised our armies recently to attack Tribocia, and we're gonna continue with that plan, but it's not the only nation that we actually need to fight. We also need to go and fight Thrace, because we want the territory of Dalmatia, and we also need to fight Macedon, because we will want the surrounding territories, which is fair enough. We have been at peace for a long time, and I guess the time will come now to change that direction. I would also like to snatch up some of these smaller places like Aetolia, which are allied with Macedon, and maybe even some of these provinces like Attica, maybe even something like Ionia, you know, stuff like that. We'll see how far we can get and what the game will allow. It's also a little bit worrisome how Ptolemaic Empire has been spreading. They are currently the third biggest empire in the world after us and Moria, so conflict with them is sort of inevitable and it's gonna be devastating. So yeah, that's the general steps that we will need to take today. We are going to spend most of time in the upcoming episodes in war, and I look forward to it. But I also have one very absolutely embarrassing confession to make, and I don't know where this comes from, so I'm gonna try to explain this as polite as I can. I am an absolute moron, and I guess that's not much of a surprise to many of you, but I have noticed one thing. You know how I always am mad that we cannot split units that we raise? Well, turns out we can. I have absolutely no idea if this is a thing of the mod, or if I just missed that somehow and it was patched in, or if it was always an option. But we can. And I have no idea how. Because in my mind, you know, you have things that you know and you deal with, and I was always under the impression that you cannot split units that you raise. It turns out you can. I guess it might be just, I don't know. I don't know if it's allowed, if it's technology, but yeah, we can raise our troops. So I never, pretended that I'm an expert in this game, but I also thought that I have the basics down to the level where I will not be mad about a mechanic that's in the game and has been there for quite some time. Turns out that was a lie. So yeah, I guess live and learn. Either way, we have issues, because our provinces are struggling with food yet again. The unit that we have raised here basically ate all of the food that we have in here available, so we need to build some more granaries. So let me just see if I can schedule a couple. Alright, I can schedule 2, that's 600 food, that's going to be beneficial. Mauritanian Civil War ends. But this is such a game changer with the splitting unit. I don't know, man, it's just bizarre that you would find out something like this so late. But turns out it's exactly what happened. And I mean, you know, nobody corrected me on this, so I am under the impression that I might not be the only one who was unaware that this is a thing. Again, what the hell do I know? Maybe it was a thing, maybe it wasn't. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. So Lycatia, we have a war goal against you as well. You're in a war with Tribocia. I might just go ahead and attack you all. Okay, we can get another import route here. Oh, papyrus is available. That one gives civic tech investment. I'm actually gonna go ahead and be a little bit moronic here. Cancel a grain trade route in favor of 2 papyrus trade routes, and we'll have to monitor the food in Latinum to see if that's not a huge mistake, but we'll see. Should also probably start thinking about a way how to get the granaries done. Punic rights. You want the Punics to be citizens, and I will never agree to that, even if it hurts my position in the Senate. So, alright, attempted to make friends with Nareodun Budidil. He's a Roman minor character. Alright, you guys need to more ships in here. We won't need Navy in this fight at all. So it's fair enough. And how are you guys doing on food? You can feed them, right? Yeah, you know, no problems feeding them. So I can take this from you, just for good measure. Oracle at Delphi. Omen power. But considering we're using the Omen for increase in income, it seems like a little bit of waste to pay for a little bit longer Omen power. Yeah, we are eating our provinces out even here. We have to go to war. I mean, I can declare war on both of them, to be quite honest, and just take what I want. I don't think we want to go too high up. I'd like to take this area. That's for a mission, if I recall correctly. Yes. So we need to take this. And we need to take this. And while we're at it, we might even take this. Is this part of... Yes, it's still part of Ratia, so... that is fine. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to declare more on you. Take Helvetia, and on you to take Lauriacum. Alright, that killed a little bit of our trade routes, but it's fine. Did I set you guys up? I didn't set you guys up. So let me just switch that. Firing size can be at 5 because you are not that different. You guys can go and start sieging because that is our favorite pastime activity. We're gonna take this territory. Alright, you lost a ton of grain. Anything else you lost? I don't think so, just grain. So let's import more of the precious resource. Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll see. My interest is in moving you into the enemy territory as fast as we can do here. And we're gonna test this whole theory about... Alright, another important route. Because grain is of the essence. Oratory advances. Alright, so what do we have in the oratory? Command incentives. Improve opinion maximum and general cost. Or wooing general cost. Tribute income. Alright, tributary legatees or legates lead to immediate aggressive expansion change, so let's get these. Some of our more far-flung tributary states are less inclined to offer us a full quota of tribute. By creating a new office of ambassador entirely devoted to reminding these uncultured sorts of our potential for retribution, we might better encourage them to fulfill their end of the bargain. Tribute income plus 10%. Awesome. Guys, move your ships over here. Alright, so let's start testing this thing. I really feel like we ought to start using this newly found feature. Alright, you guys will go here. And you guys can lay siege here. We're gonna go over there. Wood, sure. Semproni family is unhappy. You really are swimming in gold. Alright, go. You're sieging, that is fine. Religious advances. Alright. Militant Epicureanism. Nope. Grand temples. Build cost lowered by 5%. That's actually pretty good. State burials. Divine sacrifice cost lowered. Oh, that's really good. Religious provincial investment cost. Mass pewter production. 10 districts and or illumin. There's a lot of things that I would like, but we want the Oath of Brotherhood here. Morale. Recovery. Found City Cosmo. Okay, yeah, we're getting the Grand Temple and then the Found City. Expanding our religious sites to include great structures enhances the stature of the priestly class within our realm. And I'm not gonna use this one, but instead this one. No, those are not bad, and actually, I mean, we'll get to it eventually, but now let's focus on the ones that we are using immediately. Alright. So I wonder what's gonna happen here. Like, are we going to force them into peace? Or will they peace among themselves? We'll see. I mean, we're gonna control this entire territory. And we also want this area. Oh, you joined the war as well. I forgot. You are now a tributary. I know you're a client state, so you have to join my war. So that makes it even easier. And I could actually give this territory to you, couldn't I? Which would fix the whole issue that I have with the logistics. Influence of the Sempronius family. The fate of the Republic and that of the Sempronius family is and always will be intertwined. It is therefore a matter of great urgency that there are currently not enough Sempronian persons of quality ready to shoulder the responsibility of the state. Recognizing our plight, two of our local clients have offered to fill the place of that currently can be filled by anyone of the right birth. Publius Horatius. Long origins. You have 9. You're also 62 years old. You are 36, so let's go Publius. What is his name? Yes, he's gonna join the Semproni family. You can go and siege. You can go over there. And you go take that. You go take that. Or are you sieging it in our name? That's the question. I think they might be sieging it in our name. Yeah, this one needs to be turned into a city. Alright, you take that. You're sieging. You're sieging. You are conquering. Yeah. He's a spy. Iron, sure. Import iron. And we're gonna go on a massive spending spree once we're gonna be done with this. Alright, so you have taken this territory. Now go over there. Just for good measure. You guys are not eating this prawns up. Alright, so who is struggling with food? You are, but that has always been there. You are, but that has not always been there, but we still cannot do anything with it. You are, surprisingly. What's going on here? You are importing, for some reason, cloth. And horses. Right, cancel this. Cancel this, cancel the horses, and cancel that. And import grain. Because we really need to not have you starve to death. Considering everything but an aqueduct here. Do we have another city, or is it just... No, we do have a couple more cities. Which can actually build the granaries and... another aqueduct. You can also build a granary. Alright, ton of them here. Any farming settlements we could build here? I don't think so, but let me check. Nope. What about slave estates? We could build those. It's not like there's much going on here. They do not. That's the thing, the slave estates needed for local surplus. Because you would need 12 slaves here. Same here. 10 slave pops and produce additional olives. So here it would make sense, but they already got a farming settlement. Alright, never mind then. Dye trade boom. Alright. We will not disturb you with too many details today, Cosus Sempronius Panza, but suffice it to say we are doing exceptionally well with the dye trade. Merchants are traveling from all over to visit our markets, for our product is clearly better than anything that is made for 1,000 miles in any direction. Hell yeah. Alright, you can go further. You can also go further. Food situation slowly improving. Yeah, I think they're conquering everything in my name because they are a kind state, which theoretically means they have to do it that way. Yeah, they're doing it in my name. Now we can see that actually. But I think I can give it to them, though there's really not much of a point, is there? Alright. Eliminated the enemy. Are they still at war? No, they actually peaced out. That's interesting. So you are at war with just... Yeah. There's nothing like a forced peace. Okay, take that. I don't want to go too far ahistorical, and this territory was never really a big Roman. I mean, past the Rhine, the Romans never really went too far, so I'm not interested in Northern Europe, for example. No, well, it's been united. So we might have to deal with them sooner than later, but let's go fight them. There's a fort here. Yeah, it feels like we achieved complete dominance pretty much. And battle here has been finished. Alright, so these wars are pretty much done. Tribocia. So I can piece you out. And I want this thing. Aha, so they have passed this to them. As part of this territory, and I'm not interested in that. So I really just want this from you. Could you become a tributary? A Trimo vassal. I would accept that. Not surprisingly. Alright. So let's do that. Thank you for this. It is part of Radia. And a very good place for us to fortify. So we get this fort and we can build one more fort over here after we get rid of the fort, and we'll need to build a city here. Well, that's unfortunate, but we'll deal with this. And our... Alright, Kawas Cantius, you're gonna be collecting taxes from now on. And you guys are way more interesting. So I want this area. Oh, and I cannot ask for this. Damn. Oh, do it, be gentle. That really sucks. I wish I could ask for this. Oh man, I would have to take all of this for this small chunk. That's now how I wanted this to go. I definitely want this. And I could go like that. The entirety of Ratia, but can you release this? Nope. Nope. There's no nation that owns this, or would want to own this. To the Rhone. I mean, unfortunately, it is something that we need to take. Austria, or is these ones? Oh man, we're not gonna make this anyway. I'm feeling like abandoning this mission because I don't want to stretch to, you know, insane lengths. Scaling supremacy. Because okay, even if I take this one, Going Heartlands. Yeah, we're not gonna be fighting here for this. That's beyond my means and my interest anyway. Alright, so let's just really do what we came here to do. We can take a rest of Ratia and consider that done. Okay, hold on. I need the right map mode for this. So not really this, that gives us 24 aggressive expansion. We can stomach that. We'll have northern border completed then. Or we could make them a tribal vassal. Do we have enough? We do. We have another diplomatic reputation available. So I could instead ask for you to become my vassal. That means I would have Lingonia. Oh, and you as well, that which finishes the mission. That's the way to go. I can make you a tribal vassal. All right. And do I want anything from your territory? Because we have this very well protected, and we're gonna have this chunk protected, and this area, is it valuable in any way? Trade goods, hemp, wood, wine, furs, livestock, vegetables. Nah, at this point I don't think it is. The river would be nice, but yeah. You know what, I think what we want to do here is we just want to make you a tribal vassal. That increases our aggressive expansion by 41, which we can stomach, but we are pretty much done for now. But let's do this, because that means we can now do this mission. Tiranus. We will not get involved in detail planning, but that means, believe it or not, that we now control all of this, the green directly, and all of this indirectly. Alright then, I'm gonna drop all of my units now, because I'll be honest, next time we raise them, we might actually raise just a couple and split them into means that we need. And I still feel like an absolute dummy that I didn't know about that, but you know, live and learn. Heavy cavalry, light infantry, white spearmen, and the Greeks would give me heavy spearmen. Siege ability. Yeah, I'm gonna go with siege ability. Believe it or not, that is something very valuable for us. Nobody can claim to be masters of siegecraft as much as the Greeks. During the siege of Rhodes, and many years later in Thebes, vast siege towers known as Helipoli were deployed to attempt to bypass the formidable walls of these cities entirely. It is said that the Colossus of Rhodes itself was built using material from the abandoned siege engines of Demetrios. Alright, so then the question again remains, is there any chance that we could do this? Because I think we have really good relations with you guys. No, we don't. Spanian dominance. But what would that entail? The Gallic heartland. Rome gets 2 province investments, integrated culture, happiness. I'm not sure about this. I mean, yeah, historically this could be done, but it would require taking. Okay, Bengonia has this. Sigusavia is our client state, so all we would need is this area and this area, right? Or anything else. Oh, in this area then, Ossia. I guess we have to, but I hate dropping missions, so we'll just chill and then go for these. But I mean, with the power of Lingonia and Lycatia, and taking this will be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, anyway, at this point I'm gonna end the episode here, and I'll see you in the next one, where we are going to deal with, well, I mean, we might not. Yeah, we'll see, actually. Perform divine sacrifice, yes. And invoke Dacio. We don't need that, we need to get rid of aggressive expansion. Alright.